Hello my friends, this is Wake Angel 2001, and after literal months of trying to find this figure, the deluxe Air Razor from Rise of the Beast finally hit stores as a Target exclusive Jungle Mission 3-pack from Buzzworthy Bumblebee. Yeah, I know for a fact that this figure was released as a single in some places, but apparently here it's another multi-pack hostage. Isn't that just wonderful? And you know what? I'm not really sure I'm in for the Buzzworthy Bumblebee brand, because clearly it's supposed to be the cartoon Bumblebee. You can even see the Cyberverse Optimus and Megatron there. But these are movie characters. The movie continuity doesn't look anything like the Buzzworthy. And I'm not sure I'm digging Mirage here. He has his battle mask up, and I don't think I like that look. It almost makes him look like a dog, like one of those big jowly dogs, like a bulldog or a basset hound or one of those. And Bumblebee is okay. Full disclosure, I always thought that Bumblebee's mouth in the movie series kind of looked like the gas cap. That's the gas cap of the car, and you're supposed to pour gasoline into it. I always thought that was weird. The top of the box features pictures of the characters, and the back shows off what they're supposed to look like in both vehicle mode and their alt modes. Alt mode and robot mode. So, yeah, I really only wanted to get the Air Razor, and the other two are just figures that I'm stuck with. Although, I will be fair, I did like Mirage. I really did like the movie version of Mirage, so okay, I guess I'm okay with getting a toy of him in this. And believe it or not, I have managed to go this entire time without ever having any toys of movie Bumblebee. This is my very first toy of any version of movie-verse Bumblebee. So that'll be fun. So, I guess technically this is something that I never really had any of these characters before. Although I have had Mirage toys, but G1 Mirage. So let's get these guys out of the box and see what they are like when they're not zip tied down. Oh, and note, there's plastic ties in here, not paper ones. So looks like Hasbro is going back on that whole fully recyclable, biodegradable packaging thing that they had going on. Okay, we got 3 figures to go through, so let's not waste too much time with this. Let's start with Bumblebee, my very first ever movie Bumblebee. Well, he is a Camaro, I guess. He's one of those off-road Camaros. I have him holding his accessories, which appear to be 2 swords made out of bent-up pipes, which look more like musical instruments that have knives stuck to them, and a little thingy from the grill of the car, which looks more like it's supposed to be a little pipe buckler thing going on. He has quite a lot of back kibble, especially it seems that the entire rear trunk of the car simply has nowhere to go. This is as far up as it folds, and I can't really see anything in the included instructions that tell me if there's anything more to do with this. In fact, looking at the picture, it looks like you're supposed to leave it hanging down. Oh god, it looks terrible. I don't know, I think they've made so many movie Bumblebees over the years, you'd think they'd have the formula down so there wouldn't be so much kibble hanging off the back. I mean, if there's any character that you should have had a ton of practice working on to make sure that it looks good, it would be this guy. Paint-wise, he's not too bad, except it really shows in the face. If I zoom in, you see his mouth and nose are painted in, but his eyes are just 2 blue circles sitting in a sea of yellow. If you look at the box art, which I'm too far zoomed in, if you look at the box art, there's gray highlights around his eyes, which give them some depth, and that looks okay. Just sticking the blue directly into the yellow like that just looks weird. That they needed to put just a little bit more silver paint around those blue eyes. I don't know, could you have subtracted the budget from somewhere else so that we could have, had a better looking face? Okay, so posability in this guy, he appears to have a shoulder hinge and then a ball joint there. He has a elbow that goes up full 90 with a bicep swivel. Wrist swivels are there. He has a waist joint. Yep, he has a waist joint. Yep. Hips go out, although I feel like the hips are attached a little bit high up. I feel like they should be a little lower. But they go all the way forward and that far back before they hit the backpack. Knees are Knees get a full 90, although they seem to have detents. Yeah, they have 2 click points, so you don't get a smooth bending knee. You get a straight leg, a 45-degree bend, and then a 90-degree bend. And ankles are rockered and swivel forward and backwards. Good ankles. Good ankles, but the knees leave something to be desired. So, not terrible. Like, very, very standard action figure loadout. You can get some nice dynamic poses and stances. Despite the giant backpack, he does not feel particularly top-heavy. So yeah, solid, regular old Bumblebee Deluxe, I'm supposing. Like I said, this is actually the very first movie Bumblebee I've ever had. And how many Bumblebees have I even had? You know what? I think my only Bumblebee that I've ever had was animated Bumblebee. I've never owned another version of Bumblebee aside from the animated one. Huh. Alright, so let's get him into his vehicle mode so we can see, like, if the movie toys have a tendency to prioritize the vehicles over the robots. So let's see how they look, if they, you know, did the vehicle license justice. Okay, you know what? I'm silly. I was starting to transform him when I realized I completely missed a gimmick. So, his right arm, if you notice, isn't quite symmetrical to the left. That's because I noticed when I was starting to move his arms that was there. It is a gun hand. Yeah. Like, he has a built-in flip transformation, which does a decent job of hiding his fist. And then he has a gun arm. And yeah, that's kind of cool. Yeah, I'm approving that. I like it when there's a little bit of weaponized gimmick transformation like that. Like, that's a gimmick I can get behind. It's unobtrusive, and it gives you a nice little battle option, because now Bumblebee has his gun hand thing. That's pretty nifty. I mean, maybe it's because I'm such a big Metroid fan, but I always kind of like the idea of the gun hand. Like, I like how Transformers can just morph their arms into cannons like Mega Man instead of having to hold a gun. And oh yeah, I forgot to mention there's thigh soles too. So yeah. So, okay, now let's get Bumblebee into his vehicle mode. Boy, howdy, was that a lame transformation? Basically, you just kind of open up the torso so you can move the arms inside, and then the legs fold in, and then everything just kind of squishes together, and you put the car shells around it, and then you just kind of force some tabs to go into each other so that the thing stays together. But what you get afterwards is a car that rolls very well. I was so afraid that the feet would scrape the floor, but there is just enough clearance. That the under kibble, like, you know, those are just his arms. like this, not exactly very good for off-roading. The poor Bumblebee is gonna break his arm if there's so much as a pebble in the street, let alone driving around in jungle conditions. And, you know, you got a part form on, the little cage that goes over the windshield and the bumper, grill thing. You can take them off, and fortunately the Camaro does still look okay, even if they're not on there, so it's not like they're essential just because they're clip-on. Although I gotta say, we got some pretty abysmal paint matching here. I mean, you see the back and the front of the car that have that are molded in yellow plastic. They're this color, but then the middle part, which is transparent plastic painted yellow, looks so much lighter, and it is not a good match at all. And it's, yeah. So, yep, this is my first movie Bumblebee car. I don't know, it rolls very well. It's a off-road Camaro kind of thing. Sure, it's fine. It has taillights, it has headlights, it has a grill, it has an Autobot logo, which is the same logo from his robot mode because that's basically his chest. Oh no, that's not his chest, that folds up in the backpack. And I can't read that thing on the grill. I have no idea what that is. It might be a mold defect. I have no idea. But yeah, it's a perfectly serviceable car. His two swords come together to make this front bumper grill thingy, which yeah. So yeah, the deluxe Bumblebee, way too much very serviceable action figure, but too much kibble in his robot mode, and a perfectly functional car that rolls very well. Although the transformation is more squish it together than brilliantly engineered puzzle that I like my Transformers to be. So yeah, that's that. Alright, so let's take a look at the next figure in the set.